All right, folks, we are back. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas' final segment. I promise to take your last calls. David and Montana, you're on the air. Yes,
Howdy.
David. Howdy.
Howdy. What do you think about all them college shootings? Do you think they went down to scare the crap out of the college kids so they wouldn't protest the war in Iraq?
I don't know if that's necessarily what's behind those college shootings. The Virginia Tech one is extremely suspicious. Obviously, if you beckon back to before the college shootings and just the high school ones, Columbine has some pretty bad fingerprints all over it. But I don't know if this generation was willing to protest. Look at 2004, because I think there's been this huge attitude change. It is unbelievable to me that we are now 5 years past 2004 when there were hundreds of thousands of people in the streets in New York City protesting the war, protesting the fact that the RNC had come there. And you cannot duplicate that now because we've been given this false left cover, this guy that supposedly didn't get us into the war. The Barack Obama didn't get us into the war. His administration didn't get us into the war. But the same establishment is behind the scenes. The same establishment is promoting the war as it goes along. I think that they diffused the situation by using the false left-right paradigm to their advantage, and I really doubt that the college shootings had anything to do with that. I thank you for the call, David. I've got to jump to the next caller, final caller of the evening, Bruce in Louisiana. Bruce, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Is it open discussion?
Open discussion. You got 3 minutes.
All right. I just want to thank y'all for your show, and I want to pass on the information I just found out about aspartame. I was sick, last year, and I decided to take some Alka-Seltzer. Mm-hmm. And they put aspartame in Alka-Seltzer now.
Yeah, no, it's in everything. It's in aspartame or ascaflame or sucralose and all these different types of artificial sugars are in everything you eat. I mean, they're in a lot of the processed foods and material. And like you said, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer doesn't even have a sweet taste. What is it doing in Alka-Seltzer, sir?
I have no idea. I was freaking out when I saw that. I said, it doesn't taste right. And I looked at the ingredients, and it has aspartame now. And I looked at the generic counterpart, and they also have aspartame. So you got to watch what you take for your cold medicine now.
You got to watch everything. I mean, you literally can't chew a piece of gum without poisoning yourself. I thank you for the call. The eugenics programs have gotten off the cuff, over the top. Just amazing to see what they're putting in. I mean, they had these things that they wanted you to put onto your faucets for your children that would give flavored water for your kids. What was the flavor? It was, dye and aspartame and high fructose corn syrup. And then you find out that the high fructose corn syrup is being cut with mercury. In half of the high fructose corn syrup they tested, they found mercury inside of it. As if the high fructose corn syrup weren't bad enough for you. And then they run these little campaigns and ads of people going, well, that has high fructose corn syrup in it. You're going to give it to your children? And they're like, what do you mean? It's delicious. You don't believe all those conspiracy theories, do you? Well, some, hot chick is eating a popsicle, or two moms are talking about their children, and the hip mom's giving out the high fructose corn syrup in big doses. It's no big deal. Little Johnny's okay. And then you find out they're cutting it with mercury, a heavy metal, a poison. I can't make this stuff up. Meanwhile, you see these other commercials about tagging your kids. I can't do it. I just can't get into it. I mean, I watch the TV and it upsets me so much. I watch commercials for Ambien CR, and they sit through all these different terrible things that could happen to you. Suicide, you could get depressed. Da-da-da-da-da. Take it, it'll help you fall asleep. Wait, did you just say suicide and depression? I mean, give me a break, folks. If you missed any of it, it's over at theinfowarrior.com. You can pick up the podcast or check us out over at prisonplanet.tv. God bless you all.